Nelson Mandela came to Ghana begging like a child because he needed money to go fight for an election, for the ANC to win power, for you black South Africans to be seen as humans, not to be shot at like dogs. Today you want to prove that you are intelligent than anybody. We are the ones who made you who you are today. The liberty and freedom and that thing you are enjoying in South Africa was because of us. Because if Mandela had not won that election, you dogs would be in the plantations working like dogs. You need to reason up. This is 2026, nigga. You cannot pretend and you people acting like we don't know what is going on in there. The foolishness is getting out of hand. Sit down and analyze issues. Don't politicize matters. Let your government know they have failed Africa. South Africa cannot develop alone. None of you guys can build South Africa. You people are too daft to understand. That is why the white people always treat you people like dogs, because you have failed to use your conscience to understand that now you will need people to help you liberate yourselves. When you people wanted power from the white man, you were walking around like dogs seeking the help of other Africans. If we all decide to go after your people around Africa, do you think any of your guys will live? The stupidity of a stupid South African. We know where you people are coming from. We know the help we gave you people where you were in the dark. We know how you were treated, how we came together to put money together to save you, your dirty asses. Today you go after other Africans and pretend you know nothing about it. You are a bunch of fools and you can never survive as black South Africans. I'm telling you, it's a fact. The white South African will always control you people because you were even told in the past that when you eat fish, your teeth will come out. That is how weak-minded some of you black South Africans are. The white man told you when you eat fish, your teeth will come out like pigs. So you refuse to eat fish till date. You eat meat like dogs. You need to reason and understand that we are talking about human lives. We are talking about people's fundamental rights. What you don't want South Africans to go through in other countries, don't ever wish it for anybody in that your country. The stupidity of these South Africans, they want to pretend and act as if we are all stupid. If you decide to retaliate, do you think your people will survive? Because you are lazy, you don't travel. Because you are lazy, you don't want to learn. Because you are lazy, you don't want to open your horizon to understand how the world works. Most of you are foolish. I have lived among you people, and you live like dogs in small sheds. These Africans coming to South Africa are the people who basically brought civilization to you black South Africans. The Nigerians, the Ghanaians, the Mozambicans, the Zimbabweans, people from other parts of Africa, they brought civilization to you people. You sit in South Africa and these whites treat you like antelopes. And you come and tell us Ubuntu. Fuck your Ubuntu. You have no intelligence to lead any black South African. You think this is politics as usual? You think this is what you can use to win political points? We are talking about a government that is empowering foolish people to go after their fellow Africans. Among-for rights are being abused in South Africa every single day. We see it on TV. We see it on social media. But the AU, which is a very useless association, they have not been able to take an action because the AU is basically a very useless association that only thinks about money, how they'll be able to sell Africa minerals, how they'll be able to sell the African to the European, to the American, how they'll be slaves to Americans and Europeans. So the AU has become one useless entity. It cannot help Africa now. And the better we come to that conclusion, say AU cannot help Africa, no, it will help us to understand, say, moving forward as Africans, we need to find other means of coming together as Africans to do what? To save ourselves. Because if we rely on these, our leaders, if we rely on these stupid people who don't think about their citizenry, because majority of the leaders at AU don't care about what is happening in South Africa. But I can tell you for a fact, most of the African countries, they have their citizens in the in South Africa, but they don't care because it's all about money. It's all about what they are going to get. It's all about how they will look good in front of the white man. It's all about selling our natural resource to the white. So they don't fucking care about what is happening in South Africa because AU is very effective. South Africa should be under sanction by now. If the AU as a union, if they are intelligent and effective, not a corrupt group of old men who are basically greedy, just abusing the power we have given them. South Africans should be under some sanctions by now. But South Africans feel the AU is useless. They don't care about the AU. That's why its citizenry, they keep doing what they are doing. I've told Ghanaians, I've lived in South Africa before. South Africa, for me to say, moi, I'm telling you. And me to say, Julius Malema, Eka Asemi. Let's go listen to Malema on this South Africa issue. Maybe I'll react to Julius Malema's statement.
AU, the Ghana response was not necessary because it now creates an impression that we are all like that, when it is certain section of our society that needs to be contained by law enforcement. And one Ghanaian lady was saying, you see, the problem is, and I wouldn't have taken this option. The problem is we're being beaten in front of the police, and the police are not doing anything. That's the problem. And when this opportunity came for me to leave, I left, because if the police can't defend me, it means the state is in agreement with the people who are beating me. So we think it was too quick. We'll still resolve this. And President of Ghana should have given us, some time to really deal with this matter, and we'll get to the bottom of it. We hope they will come back to their senses. We don't have to respond the same way they did. We need to pursue the diplomatic engagements with Ghana until we find one another. We don't think Ghana responded in a manner that really reinforces dialogue and diplomatic engagements. It actually creates a very bad, extreme situation, which is not. It's a selected few, and we are pursuing and persuading government to still act on those few. And we're saying to them, they must give us some time, they must be patient, and those who don't feel safe, especially the legally documented Ghanaians, should be able to run to police stations for safety, and then they will be directed to rightful places where they will be secured. But, it's an emotional issue for many of them, understandably so, but the reaction of government should have been, postponed a bit to give us an opportunity to deal with what is happening here in South Africa.
My last question.
This is a typical South African. This guy is a typical South African politician. Julius Malema. He's a typical South African politician. This guy used to shine the shoes of Jacob Zuma. And you see how he's downplaying the situation. You see the level of deception he's trying to put across. His interest is to clean his country. Julius Malema does not care who is killed on the streets of South Africa. What he cares about is that he wants the government of the day to look bad, create an impression around the world that everything in South Africa is okay, and that people should not see them as monsters. That is what he's doing. He's playing. It's a show to him. So for him to even open his mouth to say the response from the Ghanaian government was unnecessary shows the level of hypocrisy and deceit in this shoe shine. How long has this been going on? How long have we seen people go after other citizens who live in South Africa? We have seen it on social media. The president of the republic, the South African president, spoke on this matter. But still, South Africans did not even see him as a human being. They saw the president as a fool. They never respected his words. We have seen so many videos of policemen guarding people who are hunting human beings. We have seen stupid South Africans who have not been to school before in their life and don't know their left from right. Illiterate baboons who are still living in 2026 as animals, hunting other human beings because in their head, somebody came to their country to take what belongs to them. But these same stupid, ignorant South Africans who drink their head off like raccoons see their own white people in South Africa, and this is an issue that is not supposed to be treated with this kind of soft gloves. The government of the Republic of Ghana, the government of Ghana took the best decision. The interest they took is the interest of Ghanaians who live in South Africa. The government of Ghana is not like you people. It's not as stupid as the South African government that is not able to address issue to the core. The government of Ghana is not stupid to ignore SOS call from its citizens who at the end of the day are basically contributing economically to your selfish, lazy asses in South Africa. Julius Malema is just an actor. He's doing politics. He had two missions. The first one was to clean his country to the world, that it's not a country full of racist black racists, ignorant black racists. And secondly, he wanted to look good in front of his political opponents. That is what Julius Malema was doing. The foolishness in the eyes of you South Africans, thinking that you know more than anybody, but you're the most daft people on this planet. Very lazy people, ignorant people who don't want to educate yourselves. What we have seen on social media, the kind of things we have witnessed, you this daft head who lead a group of ignorant fools in South Africa, thinking you can go after black people while the same foolish white people in South Africa are treating you like dogs. You cannot convince me that what is happening in South Africa is not affecting other Africans. You have no moral right. You foolishly go to bed at night in your mansion, in your stupid, corrupt mansions, while people are being chased out of their homes. Foolish man. Your people stay in cages and call it sheds. They are lazy. They drink like mad people.